Hey guys, I'm Nick. Welcome to another episode of the Scran line. Today, I'm going to show you how to make these super duper cute jam cookies. These are jam sandwich cookies, so they're made up of a shortbread cookie, and it has one of my favorite ingredients, which I'm obsessed with at the moment, orange zest. In the center is some raspberry jam, which just makes this so delicious, and it's dusted with a generous dusting of powdered sugar, because it's the time of the year where you can overindulge. Now, these cookies are not just really easy to make, but they're a great gift-giving cookie. So get stuck in your kitchen, let's make these together and let's get started. This is a really simple recipe, so let's begin with the dry ingredients. We're gonna add our flour into a medium-sized mixing bowl. I've got some cinnamon here, some cloves. These are gonna give us those nice holiday flavors. We've got some salt. I've got some fresh nutmeg here. Fresh is always better than the store-bought stuff. I'm just gonna grate that in there. And I've got some baking powder here. I'm just gonna use my whisk and we're gonna whisk all of those ingredients together. Right, let's set that aside and move on to the butter mixture. So to this large mixing bowl, I'm gonna add some softened butter. I've just softened mine in the microwave for about 10 or 15 seconds, and we're gonna add some caster sugar in there as well. I'm gonna use my electric hand mixer and we're gonna whip this up for about 5 minutes until it's nice and pale and fluffy. All right, so this is looking ready. It's pale and that's exactly what we're looking for. I'm just gonna scrape down the bowl. I have been obsessed with orange zest lately. If you've been watching my videos for the last couple of months, you'll have noticed this, and I'm gonna add a little bit of it in these cookies because I think it's just so delicious. Now in here I have 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. We're gonna pop those in here too, and we're gonna mix this for a couple of minutes until everything is really well combined. I wish you guys could smell what I'm smelling. That orange zest is divine. Did I say orange zest? So we're gonna add half of these dry ingredients into what we've just created with the butter and egg mixture. And I'm gonna use my spatula and we're just gonna mix this slowly. You don't wanna get flour everywhere, and you also don't wanna overwork the flour as well. So as soon as you can see that there are no dry ingredients, then you stop mixing. Right, so we formed our dough. I'm just gonna set this aside and prep for the next step. I'll be back in a second. So I've just put some large pieces of baking paper on my workbench, and this is my favorite way to roll out cookie dough, because rather than wrapping these into discs in plastic wrap and popping them in the fridge, we're gonna roll them out before we do that. So I'm just gonna split my dough mixture in half, and we're gonna layer 1/2 of the dough onto our baking tray. Let's just form it into a rough disc, and then I'm gonna place another large piece of baking paper on top. Flatten it a little bit with your hand. Then I'm just gonna use a large rolling pin and we're gonna slowly roll this out. It's not a race. We just wanna get it nice and flat and even. Now, as you roll, you wanna spin the paper around, and that's gonna help you make sure that this is even. So as soon as you've got this to about 1/8 of an inch thick, then we're gonna set this aside in the fridge. I'm gonna roll the other one out, and then we're gonna come back. I'm gonna show you how to cut these out. Hey guys, quickly popping in here to remind you to hit the like button because it helps this channel grow. So it's really important that you do hit the like button. Please subscribe and make sure that you turn notifications on so that you're updated when there's a new video. Back to the recipe. All right, so this has been in the fridge for 30 minutes. I'm just gonna peel this top baking paper layer off. I have I think it's about 2.5 or 3 inch cookie cutter. One side is like smooth and the other side has like a crinkle pattern. I'm gonna use the crinkle pattern because it's fancier. So we're just gonna cut out as many cookies as we can, and it may lift off, it may not. If it does, just pop it onto your baking tray I've lined my baking trays with some silicone baking mats. I should also mention, guys, that I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 170 degrees Celsius, because as soon as we finish cutting these out, we're gonna pop them in the oven, so you wanna make sure it's preheated. So this recipe will make you about 14 or 15 cookies, which is a little bit on the a lot side. But these cookies are really, really great for gift giving, especially this time of the year. You can just wrap them up and give them as really delicious treats. Now, this leftover pastry, we can bunch that up, re-roll it, and cut out more cookies. That's fine. I'm gonna get the other sheet out and continue cutting. Now, on half of these cookies, you wanna use a little cookie cutter. I'm gonna be using a star and a love heart today. And so on half of these, we want to cut out a little kind of shape in the center of the cookie. These little offshoots, guys, you can bake these and they make delicious snacks. These are going to go in the oven 10 to 12 minutes until they're like a little bit golden brown. Once they've baked, let them cool down completely. I'm going to come back and show you how to finish them off. These have come out of the oven now and I am ready to put them together. So I have some of my 5-minute raspberry jam here. It's so easy to make. It literally takes 5 minutes. If you guys want to see me teach you how to make it, let me know in the comments down below, because I'll make a video for you guys. So I'm just going to grab about a teaspoon of that and I'm going to pop it on top of each cookie that doesn't have the cutout. So we're just going to place it on top. I am literally living my nano dreams right now, like my nano fantasy. This is what I want to do in my retirement, just bake cookies. Then we're just going to grab our spoon and we're going to use that to spread it around the cookie. You don't want to go right to the edge, because when you sandwich it with the other cookie, it will spread it out just a little bit more. And you don't really want it spilling out over the sides. All right, so those are spread out. I'm just gonna pop them here in front of me. And on this tray, I have all of the cookies with the holes on top. And I've just popped them on top of a baking tray, because I'm gonna be dusting these with powdered sugar. And I don't really want to have to clean up a huge mess of powdered sugar. So just dust these with the powdered sugar. All right, let's pop these aside here, because now we are ready to sandwich these. And these are literally the cutest things ever. These are absolutely the cutest thing ever. Yum. These are so yum. It's like this crumbly but delicate cookie. You can really taste the orange zest. And then that 5-minute raspberry jam, it's not too sweet because I don't add a lot of sugar to it. So it breaks through the sweetness of the powdered sugar. These are addictive, guys. But they make a really sweet Christmas gift or a holiday gift. Give them a go. If you want to give them a go, the recipe's in the description box below for you guys. These are so easy to make. You just saw how easy they were to make. And they're really like no fuss. If you don't want to make your own raspberry jam, you can use store-bought. That's completely fine. But I find that with your own raspberry jam, you can control the sugar levels and it comes out a much brighter red, which looks really nice with these cookies. I hope you guys have enjoyed spending time with me in my kitchen. If you want to see another video, I have one over there for you guys. Click over there and make sure again that you subscribe and hit the like button, because it helps me grow this channel. I'll see you all on the next episode of the Scran Line. Bye. Have a good Christmas, everyone.